The top line is Donald Trump, fucking waste man. As a country, we shouldn't be rolling out the red carpet for someone who refers to, African countries as shithole countries, someone who boasts about grabbing women by the pussy, someone who is rolling back on abortion rights, who banned Muslims from coming to the US, who separates families at the border.
So what we're doing is not just talking about Donald Trump, who obviously is somebody who is racist and misogynist. And we're trying to offer a message of hope that, if you like, Trumpism isn't the alternative at a time when people are really angry for very legitimate and understandable reasons. We don't just want to make it about Donald Trump the man, this pantomime kind of exercise. We want to talk about what he represents. And Trumpism is not just an American phenomenon. It's on the march here, it's on the march across Europe.
I think it's fair to describe him as a man full of hate, and he will do whatever he feels he has to do to get what he wants. And it doesn't matter who he treads on. He doesn't matter who he empowers. He's like the head of like a really bad dragon. He's going to leave his time in office having made lots of deals and lots of money, but having made lots of people poorer and having sowed some division that's going to take years and years and years to undo.
The problem is so much bigger than Donald Trump, you're right. Across the world, you have this surge in right-wing authoritarian nationalism, because the symbol of having a, anti-systems white nationalist in the White House gives them free rein to do what they want if they know that America won't be the world's, moral policeman anymore. And even here, you've got the sort of Poundland, Enoch Powell, Nigel Farage, who's done very well in the recent European elections.
Yeah, I went to a Brexit Party rally last week, and it was very Trumpian indeed. I mean, quite literally, there were people with MAGA hats and, who were lauding Donald Trump there. And obviously, Nigel Farage is a very proud ally. So it's very Trumpian, obviously very demagogic, very intolerant.
They look really similar because they're appealing to similar demographics, which is sort of middle income, not urban constituencies, baby boomers and white people, essentially. They're appealing to the same base. And what they're doing in terms of their messaging is that they're appealing to some kind of lost glory day, which is, this is a time where you had control, or this is a time when America was great. It's very unclear what the conditions were of that control or that greatness.
We can't do anything about him being the president of America, but we can say that that's not the values that we hold dear in the UK. And I think the more that we can talk about that, the more that we can scream about that, the better. There was no reason to roll out the red carpet for him. There's no reason to put the Queen through this type of embarrassment.
Wherever you stand on various issues, if you regard Donald Trump as a menace, climate crisis, war, racism, misogyny, come to the streets, join us. Last time we had, one of the biggest daytime protests in British history.
Ultimately, if you see Donald Trump's politics and you are appalled by him, you have a place in the movement. So I actually think it's an opportunity to make those connections. And yeah, it's not about saying, you know what, you voted Lib Dem, fuck off. I'll save that for another time.